Welcome back to Arena MK, where we're all set for our first quarter-final. Raymond van Barneveld went right to the wire against Dave Chisnall on Friday night, before going on to book his spot in the last 8 with a 10-9 win in the end. His opponent, Peter Wright, enjoyed a far more comfortable passage. He beat Alan Norris 10-5. Who will progress today? Time to join our MC, John McDonald, to get things underway for us.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You've joined us live at Arena MK! Yes, welcome along to Milton Keynes and the Unibet Masters quarter-final stages, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, live on ITV Sport. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. It's time to meet the players. Would you please welcome from Den Haag in the Netherlands, a Masters finalist and a 5-time champion of the world, Raymond and Barneveld! Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the UK Open and German Masters. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this party started! Snake Bite! Peter two of the real fans' favourites to get us started at the quarterfinals of the Masters here in Milton Keynes. And these two, well, it could be tight. 8 wins apiece between them in the head-to-head. I wonder where the money is on between Alan Warren a little and John Rawling.
Well, the money's on Peter Wright. He's being quoted at about 11-7 on by the bookies. Odds against Raymond van Barneveld. And Peter has won the last 3 times that they've met in televised knockout matches. So take from that what you will, but he's being quoted as the favourite.
Yeah, 2 players of extreme quality. That's no doubt about that. Both tournament winners. Barney with the CV of a legend. Peter Wright striving to get to that status.
Got his first major title, televised major last year, the UK Open down in Minehead. And had a pretty good season altogether. 11 PDC trophies through the year. Raymond van Barneveld at times in his first round match against Dave Chisnall played absolutely brilliantly, started wonderfully well, but then Chizzy came back and ultimately Chisnall lost with an average of 106.5 and the best checkout rate of the whole of the first round.
Yeah, it was incredible, wasn't it? What a fantastic start to the tournament it was. Barney, he can produce the best level when needed. Certainly a big TV stage player, as we all know.
Referee George Noble gets the action underway. Peter Wright, the younger man, by 3 years. Of course, he had those fitness problems at the World Championship. Suffered from the painful condition of gallstones in the run-up to that. Unsurprisingly, didn't go deep into the tournament. He's quoted at 10-1 to win this overall. Michael van Gerwen, incidentally, is the odds-on favourite, but they're not exactly slaughtering him in the prices. He can still get 6-5 on Michael van Gerwen, and that's, I think, by virtue of the fact, of course, that Rob Cross, last time they met in that semi-final at the Worlds, wound up beating him, Rob being quoted at 7-2.
Yes, the challengers are lining up, aren't they? Another one, Rob Cross joins that challenging line to win these TV tournaments. But MVG will, certainly for this season, still be the favourite in most, I would guess.
A lot of those Peter Wright look-alike headdresses around. There's one in the bar yesterday, and when we got back to the hotel, I really did think it was Peter. I nearly went and slapped him on the back and then realised it was a completely different bloke.
That would have gone down well. Mr. Rawlings been ejected from the bar.
That would be a famous first, of course. Right, Van Barneveld 161. Not this time.
Yeah, not a great first start. Just needs to leave something pretty handy.
85. 123.
123, looking at treble 19 for his first dart, which he's got. Treble 16, maybe. No,
well,
needed 16 for the bullseye.
Sometimes that's a problem if you're going for the treble. You're reducing the target area. Maybe it would have been better going for the big 16 and the bull, but there we go.
Break of throw then, maybe. Double 18.
40.
Chance went begging.
Yeah, normally pretty good on that double 18. Right to hold. Down to double 10, one left in his hand.
Very committed crowd here, as ever. A lot of Barney Army fans. He's always had that big appeal ever since he crossed over from the BDO. Double 9. Good dart. Nice start for Barney, just what he wanted. And away with a break of throw.
Yeah, always good to get that first leg on the board, John, but certainly even better if it's a break of throw.
Quarterfinals again, let me remind you, it's the first to 10, and they have a first break after 5 legs.
Yeah, they'll be wanting to get into this match pretty quickly, and this isn't bad from Peter Wright. There's the first.
What a response. Oh, he'd be disappointed with the last one. Still a brilliant response, though. Now, what can Wright do to add?
Well, he's got the odd one off. That's about all I can say. When you start with the maximum, 81's okay. Keeps you in front.
Simon Whitlock came close to a £25,000 bonus for a 9-dart checkout yesterday. He got the first 8.
Yeah, we've had
missed the double 12.
So many TV 9-darters, haven't we? But yet to have one in the Masters. Who could be the first? Get their name in the record books.
I was getting distinctly twitchy in the commentary box when those first 8 went in. Thought it was going to rocket in, and he just stepped back, steadied himself, and the rest, of course, was there for all to see. He missed it, unfortunately. Right, 140, Peter Wright.
Well, if he does get the treble 20, he may look at tops. Depends on the light and how he feels the bed is open. Well, he felt that there was plenty of room there.
100.
So, giving Barneveld a chance to hold.
Treble 20 looking at. Still needs it for double 8. Oh, he's gone tops. Double 18. Good finish. Well, he doesn't often do that, but it's beautifully done. Double checkout. Saw Wadey do that yesterday. And now Van Barneveld doing similarly, although the other way round with double 20, double 18.
Yes, it was a great visit there from Barney. Great finish.
100.
Doesn't often do it, but it worked on that occasion, maybe. he might try it a little bit more.
140.
I'd be happy to hit 1 double, never mind 2.
Peter Wright often favours that way of going out. Nice start this from Van Barneveld, as indeed he had against Dave Chisnall yesterday. Raced into an early advantage.
Well, yes, that first leg could have gone either way. And a great finish in the second one's put him in a great
100.
position. But still very early.
Fairly subdued audience at the moment. I'm sure party mode will crank up as the afternoon and evening develops. Some good matches this afternoon.
Yes, we've been here a few years now, haven't we, at the Arena MK in Milton Keynes.
Looking forward to Gerwyn Price and Gary Anderson. Fair to say that Gerwyn is not his most favoured player. Good work, Raymond Van Barneveld. His first maximum, averaging 104.
Yes, and that's despite that dodgy leg, the first leg of the match. But back comes Wright. Here we go. That'll wake the crowd up.
It's starting to kick off. 81, treble 19. He's missed it. Treble 12, I would think, because a single one would leave him the bullseye. Well, he's got it for double 13. Not another double finish. He's done it again.
Well, obviously goes for the 12 route because a single would have left the ball, but he hit the treble. Gets the double 13.
How about that? Beautifully done. Van Barneveld 3-0 up and throwing some vintage darts at the moment. 140.
He's looking good, isn't he? He's looking very good. Well, certainly that first round game had to play well and did. He's carrying that on in this quarter-final encounter.
100.
Most recent meeting of the two was in the German Masters in 2017. That's in a televised match. On that occasion, Peter won 11-9.
140.
Barney will
Went
be
on to win the tournament as well.
He did, yeah. Barney keen to show at this early stage of the new year that he's still very much a force to be reckoned with.
60.
Well, he missed quite a lot of Pro Tour events last year, and he has said publicly that he wants to try and play a few more of those, just to give him a bit more of an edge. The players on the Pro Tour are, you know, you're a big target when you're playing in those events, so it does keep you on your toes.
That was a good outfit, wasn't it? He was the bloke who had the David Bedford moustache yesterday. Huge, great curly wig.
100.
Yes, they like the wigs, don't they? They all love the wigs.
121, great first dart. Looking at... Oh, good dart, double 14. Brilliant, absolute brilliant start from Van Barneveld. Very little that Peter Wright can do about it. And the big Dutchman is averaging over 107 at the moment. Best of the weekend thus far.
Oh yes, after that first leg when it could have gone either way, the last three, 96 in 3 with the double-double. Maximum in leg 3, 81 finish. And then that 1-2-1 for 4-0. Wonderful start. No,
those averages I was telling you about, it's getting higher and higher.
140.
Break at the end of this leg. Peter Wright badly needs to hold his throw. 5-0 in a race to 10. It don't look good.
No, so hard when you're chasing a player who's averaging almost 110 at the moment. You're either going to get 4 visits or 5 visits to the board, if you're lucky.
140.
Well, he's throwing sublime darts at the moment. Whatever age you are, you'll be appreciating that.
Could do with all 3. Still got a visit though. But Barney, despite being behind, still in a good position.
He's playing beautifully, Alan. Really is playing well. That's unlucky.
95.
Still okay though, 126 gives him 2 darts to hit 4 19s. Peter Wright needs a 140 here to leave tops, which he gets.
140.
So 126, all the 19s he's going for. 4 19s to leave the bullseye. That's 3 of them. Double 6. Oh, absolutely stunning darts. Raymond van Barneveld is on fire. That is 5 absolutely sublime legs, and he leaves the stage with an average of 110.5, and he's taking Peter Wright to the cleaners. It's 5-0. Well, it's been breathtaking darts from the big Dutchman, Raymond van Barneveld. A 17-darter, a 15-darter and 3 12-darters. This was his 126 checkout. And Peter Wright just says, well played, fair play. And the touch of hands, great respect for 5 sublime legs.
Yes, I saw that at the end. Some great respect there shown by Peter Wright. Beautiful darts from Barney. He stole the first leg, but next 4 legs in 51 darts. Incredible. And
an illustration of his confidence. He won the last 3 legs with treble double checkouts where a single would have left the bullseye, but he attacked the treble, got it each time, and you can see for yourself what the score shows.
Yeah, he looks pretty comfortable up there, pretty smooth. We love that smooth action. He looks focused.
100.
I think the only time he shook his head was when he had that one dart at double 18. The first leg missed it. Peter Wright then missed. And then he took the leg on double 9. Following that,
64.
Awesome.
110 he's averaging against 97.5 for Peter Wright. And it's going up with that first treble.
100.
He's throwing some cracking darts.
Looking very good for the Dutchman. He's only got 1 maximum, but his power scoring and finishing
100
has been the story.
Well, he's finishing 71%. Look at that. 0 out of 3 Peter Wright. 71% is finishing which any darts player alive would be happy to take.
135.
There's 3 darts that Peter Wright had. They were in the very first leg. He's not been able to get near him since. Maybe now.
140.
Needed that treble to leave a finish.
Well, in fact, Barney's misses were all in the first leg as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Great last dart. Superb setup.
When you're setting up legs like that, the pressure on your opponent all the time, continuously through this match. He's been under pressure after that first leg, and he's just not had an opportunity to do anything.
It is just breathtaking, a subdued crowd.
31. Raymond, you require 32.
But I wonder if they realise just how well Raymond van Barneveld is throwing. Double 8 now to go 6-0. Yes, there it is. Still his average at 110. And Peter Wright, favourite to win this, remember, is being swept away.
Well, we've seen some comebacks in this tournament. From Peter Wright's point of view, it has to start now. More of that, Peter.
Back comes Barney. Not a bad riposte. Well, he's got his first 3 in. Where does he go now?
Good adjustment.
100.
Ton 40 had put Barney in a nice position yet again. Could be.
Well, just the continual power scoring. That's all he's doing in every single leg. He's giving himself the opportunities. He's taken them, obviously, but he's given himself every opportunity to take a leg.
Playing spectacularly well at the moment. The average is up to 112. It's almost inconceivable it could stay at that sort of level.
130.
But it's a great visit again from Peter Wright, but what's Van Barneveld going to leave now?
Well, Peter Wright's on 104.5 and he's losing 6-0.
58.
Stat crazy.
Extraordinary.
91.
91, Van Barneveld not on a checkout. Great first darts. Tops. Yes, he's into the match at last. Good leg.
Well, yes, you've got to take your hat off to Peter. You can see him there trying to get himself going. A good leg there.
12 darter.
82.
And you could see the reaction of Peter Wright, what it meant to him. Yes.
Just needs to do what Barney's done to him in that first session.
100.
Could do with at least winning the session 3-2, but 4-1 would give him a realistic chance of a victory.
Ladies darts team that was on tour. He didn't make out the writing on the notice. Monmouth, Oxford. Oh, the Duke of Monmouth in Oxford. Of course, I know him quite well. I just call him Monmouth.
100.
I'm sure you see him for dinner every Wednesday evening.
Back at the Stately.
$59.
He's been enjoying himself through the weekend. Great pair of great footwear. We saw him dancing at the end of that last little mini session. He's got some extraordinary footwear.
It was rather impressive, wasn't it?
Well, it suit you actually, Alan. I think
60.
he sort of does a little. Look those.
Lovely.
Maybe it's more Mesa's sort of thing. Tone in that colour of tone in nicely with the shirt.
85.
Needs to get stuck in. Not a great first dart. If he can recover with a 1-2-1, it'll leave Shanghai.
121.
Well, that's okay.
So 135 to hold his throw with Wright in a not a bad position. Starting with the bullseye. Perfect dart. Treble 15 for tops. He's missed it. So waits to see what Peter Wright can do with this.
Well, he took the 91 out in the previous leg to get his first leg on the board. This is now a possibility. Tops!
100. Raymond, you require 52.
52, Raymond. He'll go the usual way of 20 double 16 for 7-1. Double 8. Yes, good dart. 7 out of 11 now for Van Barneveld. Shake of the head from Peter Wright. He knows he gave himself every chance on that 120. Wasn't to be. Van Barneveld punishes.
Yes, and looking at that as well, Barney was certainly focused all the way through the match. And that's the first time he's really shown any animation there,
100.
because he knew that Peter Wright was coming back at him despite the scoreline at 6-1 at that time. So important for him.
100.
Winner of this one would play the winner of Mensur Suljevic and Rob Cross in the semi-finals this evening. Semi-finals and final being played over the best of 21 legs.
131.
Good standard match this. Wright's really cranked it up. He's averaging close to 104 now. Barney still over 105, as you see. Not now with those
60.
2 misses at the treble 20.
Yes, close on there, but not on the scoreline, which is the important statistic. He's got to keep plugging away. He's got to keep positive.
123.
Every leg that you win just makes you feel that whole lot better.
Peter Wright, remember, seeded number 2 for this event, ranked number 2 in the world at the moment.
60. If you require 147.
And he's never got past this stage.
No,
It's a sixth
indeed.
attempt, which is unusual for a player of his quality.
97.
Finalist in the last 3 years, Peter.
He
was around this stage against Dave Chisnell that Barney went off the boil, allowing Chizzy to come thundering back in their first round match with an absolute blitz of 180s.
Well, I can't believe it. He went for the bull. Incredible.
Strange. Alan's nearly blown a gasket over that one.
It went in the same place that it would have gone if I'd have thrown it, right in the small one.
65.
Double 16 then, Peter Wright for 7-2. Barney still well back, double 8. That's it. 8-7-2. And he's going head-to-head with Barney in this particular mini-session, holding his own.
I think it's worth pointing out as well, as Barney's looking at another maximum, which he gets.
His second.
I think it's worth pointing out that Peter Wright went for the bull there, not to show any disrespect whatsoever. He was trying to hit the bull to really get himself G'd up and get going. So there was no drama from either player.
57.
He just went for it.
Just over the wire. And again.
57.
Could have a good 2 or 3 visits here to give himself an opportunity for the leg before the second and final break.
For all his formidable career resume, Barney hasn't won a PDC title since the Premier League of May 2014. And his last ranking title was the Dublin Players' Championship back in 2013. But darts like that, and he's going to take some beating here.
Well, despite the magnificence from Barney, only hit 1 maximum in the first 9 legs. He's got 2 in this one.
And he's left himself on a finish with 84 required now. So treble 20 for double 12. He's got the singles, so treble 16 he's looking at.
Oh, Peter Wright was so far back, he didn't need to go for the bull option. Peter Wright will just try and leave something just in case. Try and keep his arm going.
44.
Well, they're going to leave the stage after this leg is over, and surely it's going to be 8-2 for Barney. Double 16. That's not sitting too well. And that makes it a little bit tougher. Look, he's having to come right across the oche to open up that bed. And nails it. What a good dart that is. Made it look easy. I can assure you it wasn't. And Raymond van Barneveld leaves after the second session just 2 legs away from a place in the semi-finals. A little bit of a mini upset this one. Is almost with us, and Raymond van Barneveld leads the world number 2, 8-2. Well, so what do we know? We said this was going to be a close one, and we pointed to the fact that Peter Wright had won their last 3 televised knockout meetings. So here we are, 2 sessions completed, and Raymond van Barneveld leading Peter Wright, not narrowly, but by 6 legs, 8-2 up,
The 11th leg, Peter,
and needs just 2 more.
Yeah, it's looking very good for Barney, and he's deserved to be in this position after that blistering start in that first session. Peter Wright hasn't been able to drag it back at all.
41.
Perhaps inevitably Barney couldn't quite maintain the extraordinarily high scoring levels of that first session when he came off the stage averaging 110, but he's still over a ton.
100.
Yeah, 68 darts for the first 5 legs. 110.5 average. Incredible darts, really. If Barney does go on to win this, Give him plenty of time, won't it, to get himself ready for the semi-finals this evening. He's back again.
Maximum number 4. 7th of the match in total.
So 3 in the last 2 legs. Back comes Wright.
140.
Yes, a lot of players use that 25 segment area around that scoring area because of the 116 left. Gives you 2 darts at a big treble.
81.
Single 20 would probably leave you with the ball outshot.
116 then. Good first dart. 16 now tops. Brilliant. Brilliant. What a great check out again. And Peter Wright can do no more than nod and acknowledge the fact that he's being beaten at this stage by some absolutely vintage darts.
Yes, and certainly in that first session, on a lot of those occasions when he was taking out those finishes, Peter Wright was either on a double or waiting.
60% checkout rate, Raymond van Barneveld. 9 out of 15, look at that. And Peter, despite still hammering those 180s, that's his 4th. It looks as though it's just about all over.
Yes, this can happen occasionally at this level. You can play well and get absolutely mullered.
Good word. Good dart. Oh, just the wrong side of the wire.
64.
I'm disappointed after that first dart.
What Barney has to do is try and keep his focus. He's a very big believer, isn't he, in the psychology of the game, the focusing and the mental part.
So Wright has an opportunity when he returns. Van Barneveld can make a big hole in it though, and is doing. Oh yes, what a great third dart. 78 required.
Wonderful. Can't do it now, so he's staring defeat in the face in this leg from Barney. 78 needed.
This then is for the match for Raymond van Barneveld. Great first dart, double 12. Well, what a way to finish, a 14-dart leg. He has produced some very, very high-quality darts, and Peter Wright knows it. The finishing, exemplary. 10 out of 16 for Barney. He goes into the semi-finals. We'll see who he's going to be playing, but he's a counter for Peter Wright, who was the favourite for this one. Barney absolutely tore up all predictions and comes in with a quite superb 10-2 win.
Well, we said it would be tight. Hey, what do we know? A 10-2 win for the 10th seed Raymond van Barneveld against the 2nd seed Peter Snakebite Wright. That is fair to say. That was a surprising scoreline in Milton Keynes this afternoon in the quarterfinals of the Masters. Well, Barney averaged a 103.98 it was for Peter, but Peter only put away 2 of his 10 checkout attempts. And he is out. So let's hear from the victorious Barney now. He's downstairs talking to Dan.
Raymond, congratulations. You knew that was good. First question when you came in here, what was the average?
Yeah, I thought it was a bit better than 103. I think I had 4 or 5 12 darters. Amazing game, you know, the first leg. Normally I should have taken that, and he missed 3 crucial darts there. He let me in, then 2-0 leading, 5-0 in the break. I'm thinking happy days, but don't get sloppy, you know. Try to focus, then 6-0 up. 7-1 up, 8-2 up. I'm thinking, yeah, this is a really good game. I'm really happy with the result, of course.
It's not very often that anybody gives Peter a beating like that nowadays.
I know, but these 12 darters keep on coming, you know. The 1-2-6s, you know. I think I had 2 or 3 in a row. That makes the difference, of course. Yeah.
We don't know who you're playing as yet. Mensur Suljovic, who you've had some real battles with, I immediately think of the Champions League of darts, or Rob Cross, the man you have called the new Phil Taylor. That is big words.
I know, but you all know, you know, if you come here, you're playing top 16. Even Dave Chisnell is fantastic, you know. All the players are because of their top 16. I'm in the semi-finals now, Rob or Mensur. Maybe I prefer Rob. Rob is playing faster than Mensur, but at the end, if you play like this, you know, 103.5, just focus on your own game and don't watch the other guy's game. You know, it's not important. If you keep on finish this doubles and keep on putting pressure like this, like I said earlier, that's Ray Barneveld on his best, and you can beat everyone.
He certainly can. Barney believing. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.